You're sitting in seat 23A, staring out the window as you descend toward what looks like a thick gray blanket stretching across the runway below. Suddenly, the pilot's voice comes over the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now descending for landing at our destination airport. We will be approaching with reduced visibility due to low cloud cover. You turn to your companion, wondering how on earth pilots can safely land a plane in such fog. How do they manage? Is it really as dangerous as the movies make it seem? It turns out there's more going on than meets the eye, a whole lot of technology and skill at play. And the answer might surprise you. And here's the surprising part. Even though it seems like magic, pilots have tools and procedures to ensure your safety. Okay, so you're sitting in seat 23A when the weather turns really gloomy outside. It's so thick with fog that everything seems to be wrapped in a cozy white blanket. And here's a question many of us wonder about. How do pilots land safely in this kind of fog? To crack this, let's first understand something surprising about visibility requirements. Pilots need to see the runway at least 200 feet above the ground before they can touch down safely. That might sound like a lot, but imagine standing on the second floor of a building and trying to spot a tiny speck on the ground. It's tough. This means that in thick fog, pilots need some serious help to land. And here's the surprising part. They use specialized equipment called an instrument landing system, or ILS, to see through the fog. Think of it like a blind person using a cane to navigate. A beacon guides them along their descent path, just like how that cane helps you move safely in the dark. The ILS works by broadcasting signals that create a visual glide slope indicator and localizer beam. These are like invisible signposts leading straight down to the runway, helping pilots maintain their course and altitude. It's like having a smart navigation system in your car, but for the sky. So, even when it's foggy outside, pilots can still land safely because they have these incredible tools at their disposal. So you're sitting in seat 23A, and suddenly the clouds are rolling in thick as ever. The visibility is dropping fast, and the captain's making a decision you didn't anticipate. He's switching on something called an instrument landing system, or ILS for short. But what exactly does that mean? Imagine your car driving down a street, but instead of relying on your eyes to see where the road ends, it has a magical system that tells you how far away the edge is and keeps you perfectly centered, even if the clouds are so thick you can't see anything outside your windshield. That's what an ILS does for planes. The ILS works like a GPS, but instead of satellites, it uses radio signals to guide the plane. These signals come from special towers near the runway. One set of signals tells the pilots how far they are from the ground. Imagine measuring how long you need to park your car in a tight space. Only now, it's telling the plane exactly where it should land. The other set of signals tells them whether they're going straight down the middle or if their path is slightly off to the left or right. And here's the surprising part. Even though this system works incredibly well, pilots don't use it for every flight because it requires a lot of special equipment on both the plane and the ground. In fact, most landings are done without any advanced systems at all. But when weather gets really bad, like you're seeing now, an ILS can make the difference between landing smoothly or having a circle in the sky until conditions improve. The ILS is incredibly reliable because it's designed with safety as its top priority. Pilots use these signals to align their plane precisely on the center line of the runway and descend very slowly, so they stay within a safe path. It's like having a highly skilled navigator who can see through the fog, guiding you home safely. So, if the captain decides to bring out the ILS in this weather, it's because he's got a tool that will help him land with incredible precision, getting your plane down safely and reducing any stress you might be feeling. Trust that they have the best tools for the job. And remember, flying is still one of the safest ways to travel. Okay, so we've covered how pilots use instrument landing systems to fly in a thick fog. But here's something really fascinating. Some modern planes have an even cooler system called Autoland. You're sitting in seat 23A when you hear the captain announce, "We are now on final approach for runway 10. And suddenly, a series of sensors and computers take over. Think about it this way. Imagine your car has cruise control, but instead of just maintaining speed, it's also steering. That's what an Autoland system does. It uses GPS to lock onto the runway centerline and radar to read the terrain below. These systems can calculate incredibly precise adjustments in pitch, roll, and yaw. Basically, they're like a super smart autopilot that knows exactly where to land. And here's the surprising part. If the weather's really bad, with thick fog or heavy clouds, this system can take control of the plane during landing. It's as if the plane has its own set of eyes and ears, navigating through the clouds to find a safe spot on the runway. You might not even notice it happening because everything happens so smoothly. Autoland systems are incredibly rare, but they do come in handy. They're used when visibility is down to just 100 feet or even less, conditions that would be nearly impossible for human pilots to handle safely. Incredibly rare, I know, but it's a testament to how far aviation technology has come. So if you ever hear the captain say, "We are now in Autoland mode," don't worry. It just means the plane is using its smart systems to make sure everyone lands safely. And that's pretty cool, right? But even with all the technology at their disposal, pilots still need to undergo extensive training to ensure they can land safely in low-visibility conditions like fog. You're sitting in seat 23A, and it's getting a bit hazy outside as you wait for your flight to land. You wonder just how those skilled pilots manage to get the plane down safely when visibility is so poor. And here's the surprising part. They practice. Imagine you're learning to drive a car. At first, you have someone sitting in the passenger seat giving you directions and telling you what to do. But after months of driving lessons, you might find yourself on a crowded highway with just your instructor looking over your shoulder. Pilots go through something similar, but in an incredibly safe environment, flight simulators. In these simulators, pilots can experience anything from perfect conditions to extremely low visibility. You're strapped into the cockpit and given control of the plane as it approaches the runway. The screens show fog rolling in, making everything appear fuzzy. It's like driving through a giant cloud bank, except you have all the technology at your fingertips. But this simulated fog isn't just about seeing, it's also about feeling. Your instructor might introduce a new element, like making an unexpected turn or simulating engine issues. These scenarios help pilots develop their instincts and decision-making skills in real-time pressure environments. It's not just about spotting the runway. It's about staying calm and focused under any conditions. And then there are the real-world practice landings. Just as you might drive on regular roads, pilots need to get some hands-on experience too. They'll fly into airports with known fog conditions and rely on their training to make sure everything goes smoothly. It's like having a driving test where you don't know the exact route beforehand. You just have to stay alert and ready. This combination of simulator practice and real-world landings is what ensures that, no matter how thick the fog might be outside your window, the pilots are prepared to handle any situation that comes their way. It's this blend of technology and human skill that makes flying so safe and reliable. So, there you have it. Even with all these sophisticated systems in place, pilots still need a lot of practice to land safely during low-visibility conditions. That's why they train endlessly, both in simulators and in real-life foggy skies. It gives you peace of mind knowing that the next time you're sitting on a runway facing fog, your pilot has been through all. So, to answer your question, pilots land safely in fog by using a combination of specialized equipment, rigorous training, and cutting-edge technology. Yes, it's not as scary as you might think. First off, think about how pilots use the same kind of tools and procedures that train drivers do when navigating through heavy fog on a country road. Instead of relying solely on their eyesight, they rely heavily on instruments. Modern aircraft are equipped with advanced navigation systems, such as GPS and instruments like the HUD head-up display, which shows critical information right in front of the pilot's field of vision. And here's the surprising part. Pilots undergo extensive training for low-visibility landings. They practice every single maneuver, from lining up on the runway to coming to a smooth stop, using simulators and real-world scenarios. It's like learning to drive a car, but with the added challenge of dealing with zero visibility. This intensive preparation ensures they can handle any situation that might come their way. Now, imagine you're sitting in seat 23A when those lights start illuminating the runway. The pilots have their hands on the controls, monitoring instruments and listening to automated announcements. Everything is going according to plan. You might even notice a small screen in front of them showing real-time data, guiding them every step of the way. And here's another neat thing. Air traffic control works closely with the pilots during these conditions. Controllers can provide precise instructions on when to start your descent and how to navigate safely once you're on final approach. It's like having a co-pilot in the tower, working together to ensure a safe landing. So there you have it. Pilots land safely in fog by using advanced equipment, rigorous training, and teamwork with air traffic control. And that's why you can feel reassured the next time you're on a flight and the pilot announces a descent into foggy conditions. They've got everything under control. If you'll never look at a plane the same way, you know what to do. Subscribe for more explanations like this one. Dive deeper into how flying really works and uncover the amazing secrets that make air travel not only safe, but also so incredibly fascinating.